Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Top Hats and Champagne, and with me today is...
Hello, I am the Top Hat Gaming Man. Yeah!
You might ask why I'm not wearing a top hat. I don't know either. I think he stole it. Why did you steal my fucking top hat, man?
I did not bloody steal it. You told me I could borrow it for today because I left mine in bloody England.
You're from England?
Yes, I'm from the other side of the planet.
I'm not recording with a piece of shit from England.
What are you trying to tell what? Are you a bloody Nazi or something?
I kinda am. People do call me sometimes literally Hitler.
Ah, fair enough.
Alright. But anyway, I should not
I won't judge. I'm not a judgmental person anyway.
That's good. I'm neither. Well,
as long as I don't have to go near those showers with you at any point.
No, those showers were a bit gross, but also kind of sexy, wouldn't you say?
We're pretty, yeah.
We have come here together today to talk about Console Peasantry and the PC Master Race, because, and now I need the bloody top hat, I'm the PC Master Racer here, because obviously the PC is the best platform ever designed to play a game on. This nice man here disagrees. So why would you say consoles actually the preferable platform for gaming?
Well, I wouldn't say I necessarily disagree with you. That's a bit of a strong term.
Alright.
I just feel throughout different periods in history, different platforms have had their advantages. Let's go back to the 1980s, for example. Console owners in the 1980s, they were definitely bloody peasants. Like, you would have had to have been a bloody idiot to have had a Nintendo Entertainment System, for
Why do you
example.
say so? Because most of the people that I meet actually say the opposite, that in the 80s, consoles would have been the place to go to because the PC was literally stuck with 4-color graphics and no mice to work with, you know, sexy RGB mice, but that consoles were so far more ahead.
Not in terms of gaming. Microcomputers were the way forward. Microcomputers, you had...
I think you actually deserve the top hat because
yes,
you're not half as bad as I thought.
No, I'm not that bad. Anyway,
that's nice.
Let's talk about the ZX Spectrum, for example. Very primitive platform, but 22,000 games developed for that thing.
22 fucking thousand.
Yes, and also on top of that, there was no locks in place to stop it. There was no region lock-in, and piracy as well. It was very easy just to copy your games, give them out to friends, and if you bought them from a shop, they would only cost you about £5 anyway, whereas if you had a Nintendo Entertainment System, who's going to pay bloody £70 for one game in the 1980s? That'd be like paying £200 for a game today. It's ridiculous, wasn't it?
I have met so many console peasants in my life, and that's the first one. And actually makes me speechless, because my go-to argument is always the PC has so many more games than any console ever had. And I mean, it is true, the PS3 and the Xbox 360 and the PS4 and the Xbox One, they have a ridiculously low amount of games.
Okay.
But now this guy tells me that the Spectrum had 22,000 games. I think he's lying.
I think
he must be lying.
We are getting a
he's
little...
lying.
We're getting a little...
He's a Brit. He's lying.
Let me speak here, young man. Who do you think you are, Juncker? Anyway, as I was saying, let's talk about the 90s. We're talking about the 80s because...
Sorry, mate.
What, you find the EU amusing?
I have Tourette's. I can't change it.
Okay. Anyway, yes.
Fucking asshole.
Let's talk about the 90s. The 90s. I would say then that was a go-to period for consoles. The load times on the computers were absolutely terrible. Like, I had a computer with Windows 95, and it wasn't a pleasant experience compared to my Super Nintendo.
Right, and this is where we disagree, so I'm very happy actually to meet someone who says that the 80s were a console era and were a PC era, and the 90s were a console era. I have to disagree with, because for me the 90s was the golden time for PC gaming. Most of the franchises that I still love today, even though they have been quite thoroughly raped by modern gaming companies, were created in that time. For example, the XCOM series was created then. Most of the adventures that I love and play were created then, like the Manic Mansion. No, actually Manic Mansion was in the 80s. But we had Monkey Island. We had most of the Leisure Suit Larrys in the 90s. We had Wing Commander. For me, it was the golden era of PC gaming where complexity was the name of the game. Graphics wasn't cared about so much, and that became so much worse later on. So why do you say that PC gaming was crap in the 90s? Just because Microsoft invented that horrible platform of theirs, this Windows shit snizzles that the youngsters play on these days?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I've never been a huge fan of point-and-click adventures or anything like that.
Why am I recording with you?
I always... Wait, come back! I like 90s black... Hey, calm down. Calm down. Calm down, young man. It's okay. It's okay. It's
Okay.
okay. As I was saying,
sorry, Tourette.
Tourette. That's okay. It's
Okay, so I'm okay. Fucking asshole. Oh, spit on your proper too.
Anyway, as I was saying, Sonic, great fun. Super Mario, great fun. Point and click, not that much of a fan of, but that wasn't the main thing that used to annoy me with PC gaming in the 90s.
Alright.
It was how slow the operating systems were. I got my console gaming instantly, whereas on the PCs I had to wait ages. And when I eventually got to play a bloody game,
Interesting.
when I eventually got to play a game using DOS, which I had to enter loads of stupid, I don't know what you'd even call them, commands, I suppose. Anyway, I would enter them, and when I got to play a bloody game, it would go, your computer has performed an illegal operation. Things will shut down immediately. Please inform somebody. And then I used to lose all my data.
And I know that. He would usually say, inform your system administrator, and I would be sitting there
Who the fuck
in my
is
mansion.
Who is
my admin indeed? Who is that?
There was no internet.
There
There was
was
no internet.
The fuck? Bloody hell. It was not a very good experience, that's true. But funny enough, now consoles are the opposite, because whereas PCs, I must admit, were kind of slow back in the days, now we might be too close to the camera, I think our dearest camera lady was telling us. Is that true? Here. Excellent, my dearest camera lady. By the way, we have two camera ladies with us here today.
Excellent.
This is how it works in the patriarchy. Today, consoles load everything so slowly, and I think you're actually an enemy, or rather an opponent of that development too.
I am.
Because I, with my SSD, am able to load a game so quickly that I don't even know that I started it. I don't know what loading screens are anymore. You know all the text that you always get on loading screens? I don't see them because my SSD is just too quick.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. What was always the unique selling point about consoles to me was the load time. How fast you got to experience a game. You could literally play them instantly. With a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One, for example, I have to do system updates. I have to wait for the game to load. And a lot of the time, I get the game on the disc, and then I have to do updates from online to actually get. It didn't even come on the disc in the first place.
Consoles were supposed to be the go-to gaming platform for people who just want to put in a disc and play.
All completely gone.
So what do you think then about these online subscriptions that Microsoft and Sony, and now Nintendo too, put their players through? And you have to pay their money in order to unlock the internet for you so that you can actually play with your friends. I think it's a quite ridiculous thing to do.
It's all terrible, but I must admit I don't have friends, only allies. So I don't do online gaming at all.
I don't have friends either. I only have bartenders.
Ah, okay, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes I have a nice little chat to my maid occasionally.
Yes.
And some of my cleaners, that can be entertaining.
Yes.
Get to learn a little bit about lower cultures.
I think I need to wear the top hat again. I feel very naked right now. Do continue.
Yes, where was we? Ah, yes. So yes, I do not like modern console gaming. It's a bit terrible. They want me to move again.
How about we do it like this?
Are we all good?
Continue.
Are we all good? Anyway, as I was saying, console gaming is on the slope.
Yes.
Never been a fan of PC gaming either. I must say I'm not a fan of digital content.
Really? Oh yeah, you're a collector.
Yes, I'm a collector. I'm one of those weird OCD people. I've not got OCD, but I just like to have things.
You don't have Tourette either.
No, I'm a collector gatherer. Let's say I'm a collector gatherer.
Yes. Of the sophisticated kind.
Yes.
Yes.
What I do like though today is handhelds. That's my go-to gaming device in terms of modern technology. I love a good old 3DS, a bit of Vita. Yes.
Okay. Well,
like handheld gaming.
I must admit, and now, I think something is happening behind. I think look, something's happening behind the camera. I don't know what our. I think we should fire our camera women. I think it's laughter I hear there. Have you allowed them to laugh? I thought at the last patriarchy meeting, we put it into contract, women are not allowed to laugh.
They shouldn't be.
No.
Yes.
It is quite disgusting, my dear ladies.
This is Australia, of all countries.
Exactly, here the traditional gender structure is still in place.
It's not the bloody EU, that's like a joke of a superstate.
Exactly. Look at the note, they're not giving us... You just want us to hug, don't you? Yeah.
I can't deal with two camera angles at once. It's very disturbing.
Yeah. All right.
Very big brother state.
Yes. Right. If I may talk for a second about what I really enjoy about PC gaming, what consoles just can't offer me. It is the selection of genres that I can play. I can switch from a flight simulation to an economy simulator to a third-person action-adventure with stealth elements, my favorite genre if you didn't know, to a turn-based strategy game, to whatever I want in a blink of a second. Whereas on consoles, the controller alone limits the selection of games that I can possibly play. They will mostly be action-based or be able to be played with only a few buttons. The sentence, press A for awesome, comes to mind. What do you think about it? Isn't that a objective plus for the PC?
Well, obviously it's a question of taste as well. Like, I think the more simple a game is in terms of controls and stuff like that can actually add to the experience. Like I said, it comes the same with graphics sort of thing. Like you don't need top-notch graphics to necessarily have fun. I think it's the same with controls. Like a limited control set can add to the experience, but that's just my personal perspective.
Freedom through slavery, a proper console peasant perspective, yes.
Can't say I agree with you in some aspects, but in others I completely disagree.
Me too, but you know what? You're not that bad.
Yes, you're okay.
Yeah, I think it's even okay that you're from England. I think I can respect you, mate.
And I can respect the fact that you're from Germany, as long as you don't like Merkel.
I do not like Merkel.
Yeah!
So, I thank you very much for joining me here today, dearest Top Hat Gaming Man. Unless you have something else to say about the Console PC thing, I think we should stop boring our viewers and discipline our ladies.
Yes. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it's down to different strokes for different folks. As long as you don't waste all your time just playing Call of Duty and FIFA on an Xbox One or PlayStation 4. Cheerio!
Cheers!